This is a family. We are a nation of family. Look around, look at the unity. Aren't you proud to be Canadian? The next speaker, he's been making some waves everywhere. He is the leader of a group called Mothers Against Distancing. His name is Chris Sky. Everybody, big warm welcome for Chris Sky.
Ladies and gentlemen, how are you, Ottawa? We are in some dark days. The government is attacking each and every one of us at all angles possible. Their primary tactics are fear and division. They use their media, their so-called experts, and their elected officials to infect everybody with as much ignorance and lies, to perpetuate as much fear as possible. Why? Because for tyranny to reign, you have to be ignorant. As soon as people know the truth, they will value freedom. Why are we all here today? Why is every one of us here today? Because we understand freedom is essential. Freedom of choice is the bedrock of society. So we have to say no to mandatory masks. We have to say no to mandatory contact tracing. We have to say no to mandatory vaccines. And we have to say no to their new normal. You cannot prevent the new normal by complying with it. The only way is to not comply. So, the government tries to divide us into smaller and smaller groups, so our voices are smaller and cannot be as effective. How did they divide us? They started with the people who are scared of the virus versus the people who know better. Then they divided us between the people working and the people not. The essentials and the non-essentials. The people collecting CERB and the ones that do not qualify. Then they tried to divide us with race, like you see in the United States. Thankfully, in our diverse, wonderful Canada, they failed miserably. But that didn't stop them. Now they're trying to turn us against our fellow police officers, members of the community, our last line of defense against tyranny. And what do we hear? Calls to defund the police. Are you kidding me? What does our government fear more than anything? They fear us all coming together. They fear united non-compliance. And that's what we have to show them. Not just here, all around the world. People are waking up. Hundreds of thousands, millions are hitting the streets. Why? Because they know they're being lied to. And guess what? Once you're given the truth, you are awake. And when you are awake, it's impossible to go back to sleep. And once you are awake, all that fear, all those lies, they just turn to anger. And you get mad. Why do we want you to get mad? When you get mad, you cannot be manipulated or controlled with fear. When you get mad, you will act in your best interest. And what is the most important thing in every country in the world? Our children. We had them come up here before. You heard them speak. They are literally the light of life for every country in the world. The children are our future. We must protect them. And that's what MAD is all about. It's an international grassroots awareness campaign to inform mothers and fathers about the psychological trauma that will be imposed on their children in these academic situations or in the private and public care facilities. We also let them know how the economic consequences of COVID cause the type of situation that leads to more human trafficking, which is poverty and family problems, and it hits the poor communities worse. They want you to sacrifice your children into these public schools that are now trauma centers. But we have a way to fight back. I launched a new system for school we're calling private on-demand education. And we are opening chapters all over Ontario and then all over Canada. We finally got the idea approved just yesterday by the school board. So if anybody is interested in saving your children from that trauma, email privateschool@protonmail.com. privateschool@protonmail.com. MAD, the nonprofit, in conjunction with Private On-Demand Education, is creating an entirely new school system. Private, affordable, high quality, no mandatory masks, no mandatory vaccines, no social distancing. Your kids can be kids again. We need to take the power back from the government. They do not rule us, they serve us, and they need to remember that. We need this to go global. We need to spread the awareness. A man from South Africa approached me. He created a brand new app. It is called Earth United. So appropriate because I preach united non-compliance. This app is going to link all like-minded individuals and groups all around the world. So we don't need to gather and protest. We can just hit a button and millions of people will hear our message. Why are we doing this? And why do you need to sign up? We're going to be handing out flyers. All you got to do is scan. Everyone needs this app. It is going global. We're launching in Canada, US, UK, Australia. Why? We're going to get hundreds of thousands of Canadians together, hundreds of thousands of Americans, hundreds of thousands of Australians, hundreds of thousands of UK, and we're going to storm the public courts, and we're going to do a common law public court lawsuit like the earth has never seen before. And we're going to have the support of the police. We're going to have the support of politicians. And we're going to have the support of every single one of you. It doesn't matter what your ethnicity is, your age, where you come from. If you're a government official, if you're a police officer, if you're a civilian, rights and freedoms matter to us all. Rights and freedoms are essential to us all. And all of us need to be willing to fight for your rights. If you do not protect your rights, they will take your rights. Do you understand? So I want everybody that wants their kids to be safe to message privateschool@protonmail.com. I want everybody that wants to be part of this global movement to download the Earth United app. And we will change the world together. We're not just coming together now. We are giving you ways to fight back and win. We're not just talking, we're doing. And that's what we need to do, create action around the world. And the world is waking up and they are getting scared. Believe me, what do they fear? United non-compliance. Say it with me, everybody. United non-compliance. Thank you, everybody.
Mad, get mad, everybody, get mad. The next speaker, I am very happy to introduce because I think it's about time we hear from the other side of the education system in this country.